if you're an Aquarius born January 20th to February 18th, what can you expect for the month of July 2019? Let's tune in and find out. So Aquarians, I just feel this excitement about what's next, what's new in your relationship and where you're going in life, and there's just this potential. There's also this weighted energy around things that you haven't been able to change. It might be family disagreements, it might be family challenges, communication with parents or siblings, feel a little heavy or neglected, maybe not on your part but on their part. Maybe you're feeling neglected. So just it's this combination of excitement about almost like two schools, like one in which your family is working out well, and the other parts of the family that quite aren't cutting the mustard kind of energy. So I do feel though that July is going to give you some insight and movement in a direction that just makes you feel all around so much better about you and where you're going and what it is you want to have happen. So let's go ahead and first start with romantic relationships. So let's see, Aquarians, for those of you that are in a coupled romantic relationship, what's in store for you. So I see you having patience and understanding and follow through, and then I can also see that you have a lot of good advice to share with your partner, and wanting to help them and wanting to help them move through difficulties, and it doesn't always get received. I feel like you try and help and then they shut it down. So what you may want to try, instead of trying to help them, is just listen to them. Sometimes the people closest to us don't want you to solve their problems, they just want to be heard. So practice this month not giving them answers, but just asking how they're feeling and just validate their feelings, right? Oh, I'm so sorry that you're sad, or I'm so sorry that happened for you, right? So it sounds like you're just being asked to validate other people's feelings instead of solving them for them. And then it just feels like your romantic partner, your relationship will be better. It's going to be more lighthearted. If you can do that this month, it just feels like you're going to avoid a lot of problems, and it just feels like all around just a much better union and fun and freedom. There's also a lot of good times with friends and family this month with you and your partner, so I like all that energy. It all feels really positive. Now, for those of you that are single and interested in romance, what's in store for you? Well, patience, and part of the patience is to not give your power away in an effort to be loved, in an effort to co-create something. I see you wanting to do too much, wanting to give too much, wanting to let the other person have their way too much, and I feel like there's defining moments this month where you're going to realize, like, wow, I don't want to do that anymore. Wow, I don't have to do that anymore. I can be me, and I can have somebody that meets me and likes me for me. So I see some shift happening with you this month in terms of the way that you interact with potential partnerships or relationships. So I just feel this excitement for you that there's a new self-awareness that comes in about respecting yourself and loving yourself, and not having to always go the extra mile to impress somebody or to get somebody to like you, but there's more of a meeting of the minds that can happen. And I especially like that towards the very end of the month. It just seems like there's much more freedom of enjoying yourself and right-minded people and people who get you for you. So definitely romantic options available, especially towards the end of the month. All right, let's look at your career. For those of you interested in career, what's in store for you, Aquarians? So some of you are letting go of some things that aren't working anymore, whether that's an office location that you're done with, or a company that you once worked for and you're no longer working for, or thinning down the Rolodex, getting rid of people, situations that don't serve you anymore, starting to do business a little bit differently, starting to put a little bit more focus on the I, on you, on what you want, what makes your life work, And I just see you doing business a little bit differently, but in a really positive way. And it also feels well thought out. For those of you that are wanting to climb to the top, there is opportunity there as well. There requires a little more persistence and patience to get there, but I think all in all, you're going to make it, right? It's just, there's a timing thing. So as I watch the timing, you're going to see that a big hole opens up for you. We've got these eclipses. There's one July 2nd, which is a total solar eclipse in Cancer. It's a new moon. And then July 16th, a full moon in Capricorn, which is a partial lunar eclipse. And those, for you guys, really see it more towards that 16th as this big opening or opportunity for you. But timing's got to be right. So you want to make sure that you're set up for success, and you want to make sure that you don't rush in because of the date or anything like that, that you make sure that your boss has got plenty of time to talk to you, or the partner that you're going to pitch to, or the money or the financial advisor, whoever it is that you're going to go talk to that moves you to that next level. Make sure they have plenty of time, otherwise just wait on it. Okay, as far as money goes for Aquarians, there's definitely more money for projects that you want. There's more money for whether it's a house that you want to buy, something that you want to launch, whether you want money for school. I definitely feel like the money's there. It may come from unconventional resources. In other words, not someplace that you would normally look for it, whether it be a family member or somebody else, whether it's a grant or just a benefactor. But if you just keep it in the forefront of your mind, that money is going to show up that you need for specific projects. And it could even be that something that you never even thought about borrowing money for, and suddenly you're like, well, wow, if I had $50,000 or if I had $5,000, I would do it like this. And it opens up your eyes, and so suddenly that person shows up with that money, and it's like, wow, it can happen that fast, that quick, that idea and those resources like that. Okay, let's look at your health, Aquarians. Actually feel excited. I feel like there's an excitement about your health, like you're doing well, and that this month you can increase your well-being and increase your health, especially in the area of like martial arts, walking, free flow, dance, moving the body, moving the lymph, all feels really good for the heart and just your overall peace of mind. So feel really positive about your health. Just stay in that exercise, in that flow, swimming, whatever it is for you that keeps the lymph and yourself moving. Okay, let's see if there's anything unexpected for Aquarians for the month. I see some unexpected connections again, things that you weren't expecting to happen. And it may even be people coming back into your life that, made a good impression on you many, many years before. And then suddenly you bump into them, or you think of them and you reach out, or vice versa. But it does feel like this wonderful connection and harmonious reunion that can happen for you. And it's a win-win. So if you're working on a special project and somebody pops into your mind, don't be afraid to pick up the phone and call them. It's just a sign. That's how you know it's your intuition, because you weren't thinking of them and they just popped into your mind, right? So act on it, follow through, because that can really help you in your career. Or your romantic life or anything. I mean, who's to say why they popped into your mind, but there is a reason that it showed up. So follow through and act on it. Okay, and let's see if there's anything else with these eclipses that you need to know about for you Aquarians. So when the opportunity shows, when the idea shows up, and the opportunity is there, push yourself through it right away, especially like this July 2nd, the new moon total solar eclipse in Cancer. If there's something that shows up here in the next couple of days, run through that window, right? Don't wait, run through it, because July 7th, we have the Mercury retrograde to July 31st. And I wouldn't let this retrograde override these eclipses by any means. I wouldn't let it stop you from moving forward or doing something positive. But you do want to have a sensitivity to it, just to double check and triple check things like that to make sure that everything is communication is happening as it needs to. But this new moon right away, if you get some ideas or you get insights, act on them immediately. Don't wait, right? Use those next 3-4 days afterwards to get some stuff done. All right, and the full moon in Capricorn, that partial lunar eclipse on July 16th. You want to be flexible. So the biggest thing for you is just to be flexible. Don't have the answers. Just allow yourself to observe. Just be flexible, and that's going to keep you pliable and in the know, and keep you out of just challenging situations, right? And so stay flexible. It's going to give you the most opportunity to act. All right, you guys, thank you so much for viewing and watching and liking my intuitive astrology. If you do like it, please comment below, share your thoughts, your ideas, share with your friends, and I look forward to connecting with you again next month. Have a great month, everybody.